Hello everyone, and thank you all for joining me once again. In this session, we will be looking at Unit 4 on the way forward, and I will be presenting Module 4-2 on frequently asked questions that you may have. For this module, you will be expected to have group or open discussions as the approach to take focusing on the following objectives. For this module, the objectives are, by the end of this module, the participants will be able to 1. Know the answers for frequently asked questions. 2. Suggest possible solutions to solve any other issues that may arise. Let's take a look at an example of the approach you will need to take. This is a frequently asked question. How can I utilize the textbooks and teacher's manuals in my program books? Let's brainstorm. Spend time to think about how you can answer this question. Welcome back. Did you manage to answer the question? Well done. Let's see if you have answered correctly or similarly to this answer. To write program and daily books, you can copy necessary content from teacher's manual directly into the program books. This kind of frequently asked questions will be answered in this module. In this session, you will be expected to follow the same procedure in groups by taking turns in asking and answering the frequently asked questions that you may have come up with. Let's read the handout of frequently asked questions one by one. One should read the question and the next person reads the answer in a loud voice. If you are not sure about an answer, please raise your hand and ask about the question. The following questions are those that may concern general, curriculum, and policy issues. Question 1. Are the national textbooks and teacher manuals in line with the current syllabus and teacher guides? How can we, teachers, implement standard-based curriculum through the national textbooks and teacher manuals? Number 3. How can we avoid teachers from going back to the traditional practices of teaching mathematics and science? 4. How can we have access to the national textbooks and teachers' manuals? 5. What should we do with textbooks currently being used in schools? 6. Will the Department of Education write and distribute textbooks and teachers' manuals for grades 7 and 8 science and mathematics? What about other subjects? And number 7, who do we contact for further information? You may now begin asking questions and answering the questions. I hope you learned a lot during the discussion and answering of the questions. Let's move on to the next set of questions regarding the utilization of the science textbooks and teachers' manuals. For the science questions, question number 1, why do we have assessment in all the lessons? 2, how can I manage between my internal assessments and the assessments in the textbooks? 3, what is the purpose of having further discussions and challenges in the national textbooks? 4, how can we make the students become the conductors in the summary part of the lesson instead of the teacher? 5, what is the purpose of having a blackboard plan and explain? And 6, is it okay to have students to do lesson activities as homework? You may now begin asking and answering the questions. Welcome back. Now let's look at the next set of questions regarding the utilization of the mathematics textbooks and teachers' manuals. For the mathematics questions, The questions are: question 1, how can we obtain and access appropriate mathematical tools to effectively teach using the national textbooks? Number 2, how do we manage students' assessment while utilizing the national textbooks? Number 3, how do we assess students' mathematical thinking? Number 4, how can we manage different learning abilities of students with the use of the national textbooks and teacher manuals? 5, how can I explain the relationship between the scope and sequence and spiral curriculum? You can now answer the questions and discuss with your group members. Thank you all for the discussions. I hope you found the questions and answers meaningful and helpful. In the next part of this session, we will have an open discussion on other issues and questions that you may have. For other issues, apart from frequently asked questions, what other issues may possibly arise? Tell everyone and discuss together. Let's discuss in groups about possible solutions to other issues that may arise. To conclude this module, let us read the following summary points. For our summary points, the first one, frequently asked questions or FAQs, is aimed at clarifying doubts in terms of awareness, teacher training, and the usage of teacher manuals and national textbooks in the standards-based curriculum. Number 2, teachers can discuss about questions and issues at school meetings. And finally, if it is related to policy matters, please ask questions or give opinions to Curriculum Development Division, Department of Education. With that, thank you all for your participation and have a wonderful day.